What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to day 29. And as you can tell from the thumbnail, today is the day that we get to put the entire building together. So if you're just joining us, over the last 29 days, we have spent designing, ordering, and physically building our first mock modular building to input into our Lego city here behind me. And if you've been with us for a while, and if you've been watching every episode, then I hope you're looking forward to this moment as much as possible. And for the grand reveal, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Looking fantastic. Oh, that came off, it looks like. But no need to worry. We can fix that just like that. But here it is. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? It is all put together. Here you can see the cobblestone patio, the back, the sides. Oh, it looks great. But again, for those of you just joining us, how did we get here? So before we talk a little bit about my overall thoughts, let's go ahead and get you caught up as to how we got to this point in the first place.
29 days ago, we launched episode 1 with the idea of showing you the entire process of building a mock modular building from the design process, covering the total experience such as cost, time, issues, and more by downloading Lego Studio from Briq, a design program for Lego builders that allows you to create a digital rendering of your build and then piece out your order. Briq then does all the work of lining you up with vendors and doing the ordering process for you. I spent about 2 weeks designing our build and even did a major overhaul on it when I upgraded the windows and ended up ordering 2,271 pieces from Briq after comparing the price versus Lego.com. A total of 6 vendors, 2 from outside the US, 4 from within the US, and in total it took about 10 to 12 days to receive all the parts. Once I received all the parts, I bypassed the sorting and began building right away. Using my 3D rendering as instructions, the build became an addiction, and the more I completed, the more I wanted to continue, until we finally finished, and now today, we sit with each segment built. The bar on the first floor, the lounge on the second floor, the fireplace on the third floor, and the roof, and it's time to put them all together. My initial first thought was that it's difficult to lock in the connector pieces. A few plates were warped due to being used pieces, unfortunately, but after a little working around, I was able to get the full connections, and then things seemed to fall into place easier and easier, and now it's been completed.
All right, so now that we are all complete, couple things that we wanted to go over with you with our mock build. So I'm going to flip the camera around. Okay, so you can see the overall build. It looks beautiful. There's a couple of things we went into before that were a little difficult. So the one thing, the major issue besides the corners that we went over a lot of times and them not being fully connected, we do have a couple options thanks to you all about putting a 2x2 corner piece right there on the top, and I'm heavily weighing on doing that and kind of just eliminating the top protruding nugget, so it kind of looks like that on the top of every one, but then there'll be another brown piece there. So that was lesson 1 that I learned when building. Lesson 2, especially from this, you can see not something I was able to pick up on in the building it in Lego Studio, is connecting the pieces of the foliage. Not just having one connection piece like you see right there, but having a secondary to where, I could lock this one into place like up like that. Maybe even a third one to lock those in, because like right now, we have one connection piece. So when I attach this foliage, it really protrudes and stands out up there. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but that was a big takeaway in the lessons of learning. Also, when trying to do kind of a wall of flowers like this, that became very difficult.
And you can see, as I talked about in the video, you know, it's definitely causing it to protrude a little bit, but I'm hoping with those 2x2 connectors, that'll lock that up. Also, you know, when designing this, I thought it was a really good idea to have this vine, but then in order to take off the next layer, you have to remove that. So that's kind of an annoyance, but again, overall, I like it. I love the way that it's coming together. Another big issue that we ran into that I kind of looked at in the previous video was the warped pieces. These are what I was talking about, of pieces that are being warped. And if you have been with us for a while, you know, we've ordered these pieces from Briq, which means they're previously used pieces. So, you know, they did come with a little wear and tear, unfortunately, and that's not as flush as I would like that to be. You can see up here as well, but, you know, right here as well, again, you kind of get the difference in quality mixed with the price. You know, I went with Briq to save some money, but the pieces are lower grade quality. On the next time, we are going to go through lego.com and get all brand new pieces. So hopefully we don't run into that. Another thing that I kind of look at, that I kind of question when I look at the final product, is this front corner right here. It kind of resembles the boutique hotel a little bit, but you know, I kind of wonder, like, should I have maybe put a corner like this, whether I did a patio or not, just made the corner round rather than it being pointy at the top. Let me know in the comments if you think I should have done that. Maybe we'll go back eventually and change that if enough people think so. But again, you know, the total price for this was in the $300 range, just under $300. I could have gotten that even lower had I pieced things out properly. What I ultimately did was built this in studio and then sent it to Briq and ordered it that way. I could have gone through and removed pieces that I knew I already had and got that down to probably closer to 200. But that was compared to lego.com, which was north of $400, which is pretty outrageous just for a simple modular build. So ultimately, the dollar value got lowered by going through Briq, but the piece quality was not the greatest. Next time, we're going to go through lego.com, but also next time, we are going to spend a lot more time doing the digital build, taking more into mind that I learned from this build going into that, so that way we don't run into so many issues like we did on this one. But also, I'm going to be working on more of an interior on my next MOC modular. When we do the video series, we're not going to do 30 days because I'm sorry, but this was exhausting. It was long, and I really think we could have packaged it a little bit better to lower the time length, maybe do 10 to 15 days instead. So again, let me know in the comments if you think about that. And then also, because I want to spend more time on just the overall design, you know, I don't want to sit and settle on anything, but ultimately we are working on another modular, and I hope you really enjoyed this. This was a nice behind the scenes, I think, and it really came a long ways. But you're going to want to make sure that you definitely come back and join us tomorrow, because we're going to remove each piece and really take a nice physical look on the inside. And then we're also going to add it to our Lego city, so I can show you where we're going to put it. And that way we can also get some conversations going if I need to move it. I got some potential additions to it, some changes, all of that. So make sure to join us back here tomorrow for day 30 when we do a full review. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting our channel. Drop a like, drop a sub, and definitely come back tomorrow. Can't wait to see you. As always, stay creative. Thanks for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.